Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome back to more Kenshi. I'm Liz. If you want the latest details about what's going on with this series or any other on the channel or anything about the channel at all, I highly recommend taking a look at the links in the description. That is the Discord server where I post announcements about what's been going on, and my Twitter, where I also post all kinds of good stuff. Last time we left off, we were in the swamps, and we had a game crash. And I loaded the autosave, and it's actually the next day for me. But I loaded the autosave and we are pretty much where we were, so that's good. I really feel the best way to get to Shark is probably to stay outside, go through the spider plains, come down along this little peninsula-ish thingy here, and then cross right across here most likely. Maybe to the Swamp Village and then a Shark. I get the feeling crossing through this way is just a giant pain in the behind. Because holy crap. Alright guys, let's start heading towards Shark in its general direction. And we just stop. We abandon. We're like, nope, not gonna happen, I guess. So let's stay along the perimeter of the area, I suppose. Like I was saying, we should maybe do. Staying along the perimeter while you're inside the swamp is kind of shitty, though, because, you know, you're in the swamp. And when you're in the swamp, you have spiders to deal with. Although I imagine there are spiders in the spider plains. There are groups of skin spiders up there. I don't remember ever seeing any blood spiders up there, though. I expect we'll find some blood spiders down here. This is where we crashed last time, right when we had the transition into the new zone. I looked at the map, and then we had a crash. But yeah, when you're crossing through a place that's literally called the Spider Plains, it makes you think. Shit. What the hell have I done wrong with my life that I'm crossing through the spider plains? Okay, if I wanted to, could I start heading this direction now? There's a whole bunch of dry land here, but there's also a whole bunch of water. And I really, really don't want to end up with any little red blood spiders. It sounds so terrible walking through here, too. Like, you can hear our guys trudging through the water. Like this soggy swamp. I built a castle in the swamp, and it sunk. Maybe we should build a castle out here in the swamp, guys. I don't know. I will consider it. Swampland is fertile for things like, well, if we take a look. Let's take a look. It's very fertile for hemp. And can we get any other reasonable stuff? We can get rice in here, too. I'm sure we could get rice in the swamp. So, cactus. Holy crap, this is actually arid? How is this arid, guys? This looks like a swamp to me. How is this arid? Because it's the spider plains, is that why? So, because it's arid, we can't get cotton. We can't get cotton in swamp either. Yeah, this isn't actually swamp territory that I'm on. I'm technically on arid land here. That is bizarre. That is abso-freaking-lutely bonkers. So we want to head sort of this direction, which means if we really want to do that, we're going to be crossing water to get there. Let's just do it. Eventually, we're going to have to commit to this, so let's get there. Let's get everybody together before we get across this. And we'll cross this batch of water here. Some of this water might not be swimming water. Some of it might be water that we can just sort of trudge through. This particular water we're trudging through right now, but it looks like it's probably going to get deep enough that we'll have to swim. We slow down so much here. Yeah, and then we swim. Spiders, like skeletons, like Thokir, they don't swim. They walk on the bottom. Spiders, as far as I can tell, walk on the bottom as well, but they walk very quickly, and they attack you, and all kinds of nonsense. It's terrifying. Let's keep our eyes out for any more dens that we might run into along the way. We might be able to sort of cross a little bit of stuff over here. We can slow the game down again. Yeah, no, I come this way. It looked like there was stuff that I could cross here, but it definitely doesn't seem to be. Oh, okay, because that's not. It's actually going down that way. Is there a connection over here? No, not really. No, there's definitely not a connection over there. Let's go through the water here then, guys. We're actually relatively quick when we're on speed 1 on foot, and we're not injured, and everybody's good and all of that. On the bright side, we will get our swimming skill up a little bit doing this, I suppose, and this isn't acid water. Like, there is, like, pure acid. Like, there's water puddles that are just acid, especially along the west coast, like where the hives are and all that kind of stuff. And those are pretty bad, and if you want to train your swimming up, you probably don't want to do it in the acid. But doing it here isn't the worst in the world. We're going to eat a lot of food doing this as well. What's our food situation? Ooh, we're getting a little low. We have a lot of extra meat, so we'll be okay. We could run into swamp ninjas as well. And I think there might be red saber presence out here too. Okay, we can actually get quite far on land here. Yeah, there might be red sabers present in the swamp here as well. Definitely swamp ninjas. Like 100% for sure there are swamp ninjas out here. Oh, I've got people coming home. Was my wife. It's Canada Day. She's going to one of her friends' places with the kids to do Canada Day stuff and whatnot. And they're going to go to the park later on, and the sort of price of admittance for the fireworks in the park is non-perishable goods for a bin. You throw a tin in the bin, so to speak, and go see the fireworks and all that kind of thing, sort of for good cause and whatnot. And she forgot to bring some sort of non-perishable good with her. So she comes home and she starts sorting through the pantry, trying to figure out what it is that she wants to bring. Anyway, the squad continues to move through the swamp. We're going to speed. Oh, no. Everybody get in here. Don't split up. No be split up. Splitting up is how you get killed by spiders. Staying together is how you all get killed by spiders together. Nine's a flashbox. Get in the water. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? Everybody going different directions. The pathfinding engine. What is it? I think I've commented before that the pathfinding in this game is a little bit weird. It doesn't generate, like, your path immediately to the destination. I don't know exactly. I'd have to look into exactly how the pathfinding works for it. But it definitely recalculates at various times for unknown reasons. It might not even calculate the entire path to your end destination. It might only calculate part of the path to a particular portion, like to where it wants to go first. Like, it might set waypoints and then calculate path to those. I don't know with 100% certainty, but it definitely, for sure, has some weird intricacies to the pathfinding. The thing I really like about this game is I'm used to games where if you're at, like, accelerated time, like 3 times speed here, and you move the camera around, it slows down while you're moving the camera. So it only goes at accelerated speed when you're not moving the camera. No, not Kenshi. Kenshi, you get accelerated speed all the time. If you want it, it is there. We're getting close to that swamp village. We haven't had a lot mess with us so far. We have had those 2 spiders attack us. Was it 2 or 3? It was just a couple spiders earlier on when we were close to that den. I think it was a swamp raptor den, but I'm not 100% sure. It could have been potentially a spider den, I suppose. There was a lot of swamp raptors nearby, though. And as far as I know, spiders will attack swamp raptors. So if the swamp raptors were in a spider den moving out of it, then I imagine they would have gotten murdered and eaten pretty hard. And fighting those 2 or 3 that we fought, more of them would have come, I think, if it was a den. Although our guys did want to run off and fight something else, if I recall correctly. I had to sort of keep them together, so maybe there was more around there. We're almost at this swamp village. I'm really looking forward to this. Like, I can't begin to say how much I'm looking forward to being out of the swamp, or the dangerous parts of the swamp. We can see the fires. I can see the torches off in the distance. I think that's the village right there. Yep. It looks to be the village right there. We haven't seen any swamp turtles yet. There's people. Are those people? Maybe they aren't people. I haven't seen any swamp turtles yet. I've been sort of scanning around for them. These big, giant, tall, stalking, hulking creatures. They're great for food. They are fantastic for food. Before I get into this village, I might need to cook some food, though. I don't have enough money to just arbitrarily buy a building in the village and build like a cooking stove in it. So I might need to use some fires out in the swamp. Because we can't build fires once we get too close to the village. We can see the buildings now. Is there an entrance through this direction? Yeah, there's no actual walls in this village. Fascinating. Okay, well then, what are these? There's a big shop. Residential, which we can buy for 16,000. Residential small. Residential. So they have a shop here. I am willing to take a look at this shop. The other village had some helmet patterns for sale. If these swampers have some better helmets, like if they have a tin can recipe and I can afford it, I would definitely consider picking that up. Or maybe some other stuff. There are some other helmets I might consider. We do want the iron hat or whatever as well, potentially, just to give us some acid protection and some attack protection if we ever want to go into the Black Desert. We can wear our black plate and our tin can, or not tin can, iron helmet, iron hat. That's it. We're almost out of food. I've got lots of food that I can cook, but we're almost out of food here. So this one is just called Swamp Village. We're very close to Shark now. Maybe let's get out of this watery part of the swamp as we approach Shark, and we'll see if we can build a fire up there. It might be a little bit easier to do. It's 2 in the morning. I don't really want to wait here. So let's head into Shark. And I'm going to head this direction and come around from the north of it, I think. And we'll see what we can do there. This has been just one terrifying experience this entire time. We really shouldn't be terrified. The swamp isn't the worst place in the world to be. It's just significantly more deadly than the desert. And not only is it significantly more deadly, it's also like damn near impossible to tell where anything is because of all the trees and all that stupid crap going on. So it could be really, really hazardous to your health. It's one place where I hesitate to send a solo runner in order to get stuff or to drop stuff off or whatever, because solo runners are great in the open terrain. Like Hobbs is fantastic in the open terrain, but he's much less effective when fast things like spiders are around, or beak things, or when there's a lot of water and marshiness that slows down the way that you move. Like he's significantly less effective in environments like that, and I hesitate to send solo runners into situations like that. Alright, welcome to Shark. How many skins do I have? You know, I have a healthy number of skins. I don't know how much money I would make for them. See, the question is, can I make enough money to buy a cheap house, some supplies to build a cooking stove, and a food barrel and meat barrel, and spend some time just in a cheap house, and whatever other recipes I might want to get? I don't know. We might have to come outside and cook up our food outside. Because, like, if I'm in here, I'm definitely not going to be able to build a campfire in here, right? No. Nowhere near this area. I've got to be, like, all the way down here to get campfires. You know, that's acceptable. I think that's acceptable. I think what I'm going to do is build like 4 campfires real quick. And I'm going to come down here with the party. And we're just going to cook up our food real quick. And I will be back. Those that enter the swamp don't leave the swamp. Red sabers. Crap. Okay, never mind. How many red sabers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red sabers. They're a little bit better, and by a little bit better, I mean they're a lot better than the bandits that we've been fighting up until this point. Do they have any swamper guards here? Yeah, they do. They're on crossbows as well. So tell you what, let's pull back. I will fight them here, but we're going to let these swampers shoot them a little bit. Hold. Are they not coming? No, they're just gonna mess with my... They're just gonna mess with my food. Is that it? Our swampers won't attack red sabers automatically. Well, we're not committing a crime, and I hate to... Yeah, it looks like we're getting in. We're getting in this, guys. All right, slow the battle down. Yeah, the swampers aren't shooting these guys. Eat a dick, swampers. Eat a dick. We might want to have our longswords out for this instead of our sabers. In fact, let's just go through and really quick have some people equip some longswords instead. Won't take too long. We attack quicker with our longswords. We are significantly more effective with them right now. The reason we pulled out the sabers was because if we were going to fight some swamp spiders, I wanted to be able to like one-shot them, basically. I think these longswords are going to work out a lot better for us here, though. Namtran is down. We do have to be aware of the possibility of spiders coming and eating him, but I think we're okay. Yeah, we're getting some much better numbers now. Little, what are you doing? Get back in here. Were you running this way because there's somebody to engage over there? Because that would suck. Let me just say. It's hard to see what's going on, but we've got a red saber over here that Ruka, with her big backpack, is taking on. Ice, Liff, and Little are backing her up. Lort's here, too. We got a lot of combat happening. We're doing okay. We're taking them down. We are winning this battle. Little, again, you're not actively in combat when you're running out this way, so where are you trying to go? And Dirt, where are you trying to go? Really, guys? What a mess. Okay, looks like we picked off these guys. Namtran needs to be healed. Pretty bad, actually. His head's in pretty bad shape. If somebody could just take care of him immediately. And in the meantime, Ruka, if you can come and loot these guys a bit. I want their... I don't care about their equipment here. Like, this is a uniform, isn't it? It doesn't actually say this is a uniform. Armored rags colored. Armored rag skirt colored. Bandana. Red bandana. Yeah, it doesn't say that that's a uniform. But I kind of thought it was going to be. But we do want their weapons. We want to clean them out. We don't want them getting back up and hitting us. Plus, their weapons are slightly better grade than the bandits we've been facing so far. Ooh, this one had mercenary leather. Mercenary leather. Cool. Yeah, these guys definitely have some better equipment than what we are used to seeing. I'll take that bandage as well. We should actually be paying attention to first aid kits. I wasn't paying attention for a while there to if they had first aid kits, but we should definitely pick them up when we get them. They are valuable. Even if they're just the basic ones, we can use them to good effect. Okay, so these guys are going to want to get back up again. How soon till Nantram is back? A little bit. Ruka, go ahead and pick him up. And now we are going to, even while we're bleeding, we're going to go down here and we're going to cook up some food. Most people can stay over here. No, no, no. Over here. Everybody else, we're going to have Hobbs, Inu, and is it Ice is carrying the rest? Yeah, Ice is carrying the rest. They're going to come in here, and we're just going to cook up our meat, and I'll be back. As we're cooking, we are beset upon by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blood spiders, and there is a shinobi thief here who is very good. God, they're so... Oh my god, these spiders. I am absolutely terrified of this group of spiders, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's take them down. Little, what are you doing? Don't run out that direction. We will heal up this shinobi thief as well. Guys, get your butts over here. Great. Alright, so we got those guys down. That's really, really important. Sand. I would love if you could go to each of these spider corpses, and they're not actually corpses yet. Pick up their teeth to make them corpses. Butcher these spiders. I do not want them standing up again. The reason it's really dangerous to let spiders stand back up is because they have very little HP and they die very easily, but they do so much damage when they hit. So a spider with like 1 HP that's on the verge of death because it just stood back up again is essentially just as deadly as a spider who has tons of HP still. Yeah, that's an unconscious shinobi thief. Apply some first aid to him, please. He's going to be out for a while. Wow, his stomach is real. Oh, maybe Sand is just a really bad medic, and that's all it is. While we're doing that and taking care of him, we really need to get our food picked up, because these campfires are going to be ready for us. We need to make sure we're working on this. We're not just like twiddling our thumbs, because if we twiddle our thumbs, we're going to get beset upon by even more spiders. Which I don't mind fighting spiders. I wouldn't have come to the swamp if I really minded it, but I don't want to fight more than we have to. We're going to be a little while with this food. I'll be back. Alright, we're all cooked up. I've been attacked by, I think, 2 more bands of spiders. The one group here of 3, and I think another group which was just like 1 little spider by his onesome or something like that. We're just going to dismantle our fires here real quick. A group of raptors moved by, and 1 raptor stayed behind, and it's eating the spider corpses, which is great. I love to see that. By all means, go ahead and eat those corpses. Reason why we really care about that is because spiders and beak things and various other animals can smell corpses from very far away, and they will come in and hunt you down and find the corpses and eat them, and all kinds of stuff like that. So eat these corpses. Our shinobi thief friend over here is unconscious. He has 47 toughness, so his KO point is minus 51. He's at minus 33 and minus 24 on his leg. Like, I don't actually know when he's going to stand up. I don't know if he's going to have to wait till he gets to 0 or what. Is Namtran... No, Namtran is still in a coma, minus 10 on the head. So we're going to go into town. We're going to carry him into town. We have Hobbs with a full backpack of food. Inu has a little bit of food as well, and all of the skins. And I took Ice's backpack off and put it in her inventory so she can fight a little bit better, since we don't need it anymore. Let's get ourselves into Shark. Ooh, who are these? What the hell happened here? Oh, these are the red sabers that I fought. Why are their corpses all... Whatever. You know what? I don't even care. Thanks a lot, Swampers, for protecting us in your territory from, you know, the Red Saber bandits and all that good stuff. We got some good experience fighting those spiders. They're just terrifying, but we got some good experience. The Dancing Skeleton. That's the name of a special bar. Is that the one where the hounds are? Might be. There's a shop here. We're Ruka and Sand for sure. I want you two to go into this shop. Everybody else can stay behind. Reason we want to come here is because we want to sell our red saber stuff. Looks like we've got 100% on all of that. Sell our red saber stuff, sell these animal teeth from the spiders. What else do they sell here? They got some leather, hemp, rice weed. I mean, rice weed is useless to us. They have lots of hashish for a very low price. So I could buy this hashish here for 134. I could smuggle it into United Cities places and probably get like 800 for it from the shinobi thieves there. So I could get a lot of money smuggling this hashish if we really wanted to. I'm surprised they have so much of it. That's kind of ridiculous. Nothing really that impressive though otherwise. Just the hashish. Sand has a bunch of these teeth as well. I keep having people who can't stack items loot this stuff. Whatever, let's sell it all. We're up to 17.9. And I still have skins that I could sell if I really wanted to, so that's cool. Okay, so what do we got here? We have a residential that we could buy for 4,000. I am tempted to buy this residential for 4,000. I don't want like one of these big 16,000 ones. Like I just need something cheap that I could put like a stove in. Just a little home base out here in the swamp for the time being. Here's a bar. Looking for drugs and fish. I have them both. What a dick. Hideout. Okay, this is explicitly called a hideout. It's not called residential. It's called a hideout. I wonder if there's a guy with a bounty in here. We could go bounty hunting someday. I'm not going to go heavy on the bounty hunting right now, but there are characters in the world who have bounties on them, and you can go hunt them, you know, and collect. So there's a weapons dealer. There's a traveling goods dealer. What's this? Electric torch post. No, the building. Residential. That's a smithy and a shop. This is a bar, I imagine. Faction HQ. Okay, so this is probably what, the Hounds Faction HQ? It doesn't actually say the faction that it's at the HQ of. But the Swampers don't have a faction HQ, do they? And then this is the Dancing Skeleton, which is another bar. And then various nonsense in the middle. Okay. Well, then they don't have an armor shop, like an explicit armor shop here, it seems. Okay, this is a... we want to go there. Alright, so let's take a tour. Let's head over to this shop first. Let's have everybody group up and head over here. And we'll take a peek at this. Shark is interesting because it's never like a totally safe town. Like people will run up and start beating the crap out of you. Spiders might burst in and start like attacking everybody in the town. Like it's not as safe as like Squin is, for example, which is a pretty darn safe town. But it is still, you know, as close to safe as you can reasonably say. They got some very small buildings here, though. What do you got? Anything of use? Random furniture and basic furniture. I know both of those already. I don't need either. They have some building materials. If I wanted to build a stove out here, I could definitely do it. Then I wouldn't need to build those stupid fires anymore, right? Maybe. I'll consider it. If we get some swamp turtles, it might be really useful to us. Let's have everybody head up into the bar here. We do have some serious injuries. So if it's like 50 cats for a bed, I would definitely consider a bed. Yeah, it's 50 cats for a bed. You know what? Let's have some people lay down. And these people that I'm sending, oh yeah, your head is totally screwed. Like the spiders did a serious number to us. It's not even a joke. Like we took some pain when we were out there. You're actually relatively okay. So are you. Some of us are in better shape than others. Yeah, you could probably use a bed. There's a few more over here. Lift is okay. Flash boxes, I mean, better than some. Who's carrying Namtran? We should definitely put Namtran in a bed. Let's spread out and see which ones I've claimed. Okay, Little, you can use this one. Dirt, you're in pretty bad shape. Ruka, are you the one carrying Namtran? Yeah, you are. Go put Namtran in bed. I do like that there's a lot of beds here. Like, don't get me wrong. I appreciate that there's a ton of them. And in fact, is there still more, or have we basically used them all? Looks like we've pretty much used all the ones in this bar. Okay, that's fine. Everybody who's still up is in reasonable shape. I mean, they have some wounds, but they're generally okay. Gecko. Who do we got here? Stubbs Mamuso. I think we need to talk to him to begin allying with the hounds. No, he's a drifter. Never mind. He's a person that we have to hire. Barthug 3, who is a drifter. We can speak to a Barthug. This particular Barthug happens to have a helmet on. Fascinating. Barthug 6. We have Bland, another drifter over here. We have a number of black shifters here. It's a gang. We don't care about them yet. Mew, a drifter. So it looks like there's a number of people we could potentially hire in this bar. I mean, I don't think I'm going to do it right now, but we can definitely do that in the future. So I know I said Gecko, but Mortez, come speak to the bartender, please. We're probably going to have Mortez take care of some of our business here. Speak to them. Can you speak? No, not alt. Speak. Do they not want to speak to us? Ruka, can you come talk to the bartender? No. Apparently we can't speak to the bartender here. Fascinating. Okay, well, Mortez. While everybody else is resting in this bar, I'm going to have you move out, and we're going to take a peek at some of these other things. So this is a residential small that happens to have a crossbow mounted on it. That's fascinating. I definitely appreciate that. This is that hideout, right? Yeah, the hideout. This is a residential. Also has a crossbow mounted on it. You can see these guys are all about the keeping themselves safe from nasty nasties. There's crossbows mounted on like everything. Mortez, come up to this travel goods shop. See what we can get in here. I'm really interested in the weapons shop. See what kinds of blueprints they have. It's a smithy, so maybe they have some armor too. I don't know. Helmet blueprints are what we're really after, and I haven't found anything that attractive just yet. Bombingham, let's do business. Okay, so you got a lot of weird stuff available here. You've got square goggles, shirts, bandanas, pattern for square goggles. Duststorm 100, don't really care. I think we have Ashlander's goggles. Leather turtleneck. It would be cool if you had a recipe for the leather turtleneck, because I really want turtlenecks or chain shirts instead of, or chainmail rather, instead of the stuff that we have. Might be good to have some sleeping bags with us. I think we're going to leave it for now. Tricorn hats. No, not really interested. Basket hat. Not really interested. Medkits. I've got a lot of medkits right now. I've got skeleton repair kits as well, so I'm not really in desperate need of any of that. So I'm going to conclude that they don't really have anything that I desperately want here, which is a little unfortunate. And it's Bombingham, so it's not even like a generic name for a trader. It's a dedicated name, which is fantastic, but it's also, you know, whatever. Let's take a peek at the smithy. What do you got here? Oh, crap. I can't see dick in here. Hep. Show me what you got. So, yeah, they got weapons. They also have armor, potentially. Sabers, hold sabers, and ninja blades. They have a KLR series right arm, specialist grade. Thievery and lockpicking and swimming deductions, dexterity and strength bonuses, and a +3 unarmed damage bonus. Holy crap. Can you imagine the masterwork version of this? Give 2 of them to a martial artist? Because martial artists, you might want to give them robotic arms so that they don't take damage when they punch metal. God, that would be insane. They have a shoddy mercenary plate, a bunch of crappy toothpick crossbows, and junk bows. Yeah, really crappy bows. A couple more mercenary plates, bad grade as well. Shoddy plate jackets. They have some rusty chain shirts. They have rusty chainmail. See, they do have armored faceplates, armored hoods. They have a crappy tin can and an iron hat, but they don't have the recipe for the tin can. I could really use the recipe. Kata number 3. Kata number 3 looks a little bit rusty to me. Like, I was looking at the longswords and the sabers. They look a little bit rusty. The Model Mark 1s look a little bit cleaner. They start to look shiny at Model Mark 1. It's fantastic. Okay, so we could go to the faction HQ here, or the bar. There isn't really a whole lot else for us to look at here, is there? There's a lot going on in this town. It's just I don't want to deal with much of it right now. Let's go to this other bar, not the faction HQ. Let's go to the dancing skeleton, or whatever this one is called, and see what we can find. Oh, I think the guy who introduces you to the hounds is in here. Get over here, Drifter. Yeah, Ears. Ears from the Hounds faction. He can introduce us to the Hounds, and we can get ourselves a new ally if we do that. We might do that in the future. They might actually... They're close enough to us. They might come to venture to assist us, potentially, if somebody attacks us. That'd be pretty cool. If a Shek Proving came from Krall's Chosen. Holy Pacifier. So pacifiers are people that you can pay money to smooth over relations with them. So if the Holy Nation hated us, we could come here and we could pay this pacifier to make the Holy Nation hate us a little bit less. Stone Rats. That's another gang. We got more beds here as well if we needed. Anybody else of interest? This is... Dirt. Him? He's Dirt? No, he's a mercenary captain. I thought this was a mercenary guy. Lars from the Swampers. Pow, a drifter. We could probably hire them. This mercenary captain, we can hire his mercenaries. It looks like there's various of them around here, and the mercenaries would follow us for a little while. Dirt. Who's this? Paste, a drifter. Also a hive prince. Fantastic. Jinsei, a drifter. Who are you? You look like a hiver. Looks like probably a hive prince, but I can't see the back of your head. Yeah, definitely a prince. I can see the horn sticking out there. You're wearing armored rags, though. You've got a lot of gear on for a hireable. You're this guy here, Jinsei, I'm not 100% sure, but they're probably a special person. Doesn't look like they have any abilities here, but I imagine they're a specialty person. And a battery over here. Oh, they got a skeleton repair bed. How much? 200. Okay, Thok, you're going to come over here. Thok is going to come to the skeleton repair bed and get fixed up. We're not going to hire anybody here. It's a bleeding fogman, hick. Fogmen are hivers, so they must be talking about one of these hivers. Let's get Thok in here. Thok, where are you? We're gonna go to the skeleton repair bed. Cool thing about the swamp, they don't mind no skeletons. 200 for bed rental. Then all of these damaged components that aren't quite at full, they're all gonna go up to 200 again. It's about time. We were down to like 150 in some of them. It was pretty bad. Nice. All right, so we are here in Shark. Unfortunately, there was no armor dealer here who has helmet recipes, so we're probably going to be heading down to Clown Steady. We will adventure down there. We'll cross through the swamp, get over there. I don't know if I want to go for this ruin. Well, you know what? Should we check out this? It's probably infested with spiders. It's so close to us, though. Okay, so next time we are either going to head down to Clown Steady and probably Drifter's Last, because I think one of them has a weapon shop and one of them has an armor shop, or we are going to head to this ruin. If we head down to Clown Steady or Drifter's Last, we're going to make it a point of ours to maybe on the way out or on the way back, head through the grid over here and see if we can find the workshops that are there. There's a lot of ruins down in this neighborhood and up through here as well, though. So we might go on a little bit of an adventure. We're not that tough yet, though. Like, we're not that great at fighting. So I'll have to decide what we're going to do, but that will be next time. Thank you for tuning in. I have been Liz. This has been Kenshi, and we're starting to get into this game a little bit further. See you then.